Okay, let's dive into something pretty personal today. We're exploring some really fascinating sources,
Yeah, these are excerpts from the Vietnamese audiobook of Nango Ro Ra Một Nơi.
which translates to The Day Someone Leaves Someone by Heidi Priebe.
And right from the intro, you really get the heart of it. This book, well, it was literally born from heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
It's digging into that raw, often messy, natural process of losing something you loved.
And trying to mend it, right, trying to make sense of it all.
Exactly, that sifting through memories, picking apart every little mistake, clinging to hope.
Maybe falling back into old habits too,
Oh.
just hoping to salvage something.
The author really captures that. And she asks this question about making pain beautiful,
Yeah, she pushes back on that idea.
suggesting true pain. It isn't beautiful at all, but the act of processing it, the writing through those really tumultuous years and transitions,
That can be something else. That can be meaningful.
it's framed as like navigating pain even when you just really don't want to face it.
Accepting a future you didn't plan for, one you feel totally unprepared for.
Yeah, the kind that just lands on your doorstep. And ultimately, it's about learning to, play the hand you're dealt.
Even when you absolutely hate the cards. And the big theme, the thread running through all these pieces we looked at, is really about letting go.
Letting go of so much. The pain, the expectations, the self-hatred that can creep in.
Idealizing yourself, maybe. Old traumas you thought were buried.
Yeah, and even the love you thought was forever, letting that go too.
And the author points out, letting go isn't just one big moment.
No, definitely not. It happens in so many ways, doesn't it? Joyful moments, solemn ones.
Beginnings, endings, good times, feeling stuck.
Times the world seems wide open and times where, gosh, every single door feels shut.
And it is, as the book makes really clear, it's not easy.
Not at all. It's a journey. Sometimes like a lifelong one.
So our mission for this deep dive is to really unpack some specific passages from this book.
Yeah, pull out those key insights on navigating loss, understanding our own self-worth.
Independent of others, right, and the complexities of connection.
And, finding that strength within yourself, ready to get into it.
Absolutely. Let's start with something that seems small, but the book gives it surprising weight.
That moment, waking up and there's no morning text from anyone.
Oh, yeah, that lands. It gets right to that quiet feeling, doesn't it? The kind of day where someone asks, "How are you?" And you just automatically say,
I'm fine, just shrug it off. It's the easy answer.
but underneath, maybe you're really definitely not fine. Maybe yesterday it just left you feeling worn out.
Exactly. And this seemingly tiny detail, no morning text,
Yeah.
it shows how much impact something simple can have.
The author says on those days, a text could actually change your whole world.
And there's nothing wrong with admitting you sometimes want those little gestures.
So why does it feel so big? What's it really a signal of, do you think?
Well, the book suggests it's more than just, hey, how's it going? It's a signal someone remembered you.
That they care, maybe love you, even from afar.
Yeah, it's that reminder you're seen, valued, recognized.
And ideally, okay, you wouldn't need that reminder. You'd be totally self-sufficient.
Right, wouldn't that be nice? But the book is honest. Sometimes we do need it.
And here's where it takes a really powerful turn, even if you didn't get that text.
Yeah.
Even if you did just say, "I'm fine."
You still deserve a good day. You're worthy of joy, pure joy, regardless of anyone else noticing or thinking of you first thing.
Yes. And this is where the writing gets so specific and beautiful about what makes a person unique.
It lists these intricate little details, not big achievements, but subtle things.
Like the way your smile might just light up a room for a second.
Or how you tilt your head when you're focusing and someone might secretly just want to kiss your cheek.
Or that specific way you might frown almost gracefully just watching the world.
Or even the tiny sigh you make right as you fall asleep, that sound of peace.
The point is, you're made of thousands of these complex, intricate little pieces.
And the crucial insight, the real takeaway here, none of those pieces vanished just because someone stopped loving you.
Or stop noticing them.
Exactly, they're still there.
It's so easy to think we should be perfectly strong, right? Independent, confident, never needing validation.
Yeah, that pressure. But we're human, we forget.
We forget we're lovable, that we're wanted, that we're more than just, tired workaholics sometimes.
We forget we deserve affection, especially from ourselves.
And the book list is even more of these things, these traits that don't just disappear.
Looking cute, biting a pencil. That rare moment of confidence when you say something important.
The sparkle in your eyes talking about something you love.
Even those little quirks someone else might not have liked, they don't make you less.
So the core message is really fierce. You deserve a good day. Full stop.
Even if no one wishes it for you. Even if you forget to remind yourself.
And there's hope in there too. Someday someone will love all those tiny specific things.
The cough, the panic over lost keys you're actually holding.
Reading your mood from just a head tilt or your drink order. Someone will see that.
Okay, but here's the punch. The bit we need to really sit with.
Go on.
But right now, that's someone. It's just you.
Right.
That's it. You always belong to yourself. No matter who leaves, you are still you.
So the book urges you. Don't erase those subtle, lovely parts of yourself just because no one's applauding right now.
They haven't gone anywhere. They're still part of you.
You're so much more than just someone who didn't get a text. The book uses this image, a strong, raging fire.
In a world full of people who are hurting too.
And the call to action is really clear. Don't let others put out your fire.
But maybe even more crucial, don't let yourself dwindle down just because someone else isn't adding fuel.
You decide your life. You light your own path, even if you're walking alone for a bit.
Be the one to have a great day for yourself. Rekindle your own fire because, honestly, the world needs your light.
You are strong enough not to collapse over something like a missing text.
That ties into inner resilience, yeah. But what about when you do want to connect? When you feel that pull towards someone?
How does the book handle actually expressing that?
It shifts gears completely, focuses on why you might send that vulnerable text.
I like you text.
Yeah, and the feeling it describes is this restlessness. Thinking about them makes you want to do slightly odd things.
Like driving around listening to terrible pop music. Or just needing to go for a run.
Exactly. It comes from daydreams, too. Imagining being close, what that would actually feel like.
What it would mean for both of you.
And the core question underneath is so simple, but so vulnerable. I like you. Do you even realize that?
But then it immediately calls out the games we play, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. The trying not to care, playing it cool, being distant.
It calls it crazy and nonsense.
And acknowledges you probably both suspect the other person's doing the exact same thing.
It captures that awkwardness so well, but then it pivots to what's actually genuine.
Like remembering a specific time, a great conversation over coffee that just went on for hours until they kicked you out.
And that's what you like most. Seeing their eyes light up with ideas, knowing it would never be boring.
And the text lists all these other things you like about them.
But you deliberately don't say them to seem casual and calm.
Right. It really highlights that strategy and makes you wonder, does that even work?
Because the real reason for sending that text, that link, whatever it is, it's not just sharing info.
No way. It's wanting a response, wanting to know what they think.
There's this real curiosity about their mind. How are you similar? How are you different?
What do you both love? What do you hate? What do you notice that they don't? And vice versa.
Calls their mind an endless library to explore. I like that line.
Me too. And then it reveals another reason for reaching out, maybe more immediate.
Just having a really bad day.
Yeah. Lunch order messed up, bad meeting, friends bailed, the usual stuff.
And that's where their impact shows up again. Seeing their name pop up on your phone.
And suddenly all those little annoyances just poof, they vanish.
They remind you of the bigger picture, right? The beautiful, important things.
Yeah.
Makes the daily setbacks feel small.
There's this genuine happiness about having met them. Life was okay before, sure.
But they added color. And you don't want that color to fade.
Their impact is almost physical. A quick chat can turn a bad day good. A boring idea becomes engaging.
Makes you feel revitalized, like you had 10 hours of sleep and coffee, even when you're exhausted.
Their mind's rhythm just gets stuck in your head, and you want it to stay.
And underneath all the casual pretending, the book says the goal is simple.
You just want to see them again.
There's definitely a critique of modern dating in there, too.
Oh, for sure. Interactions getting reduced to casual words exchanged on autopilot. So superficial sometimes.
Yet there's this almost funny acceptance.
Ah.
You'll take even that if it leads you to them.
Right. And it builds to this readiness for something real. Phones charged, hearts full.
Tired of the meaningless old games to hide you, actually admire them.
And it ends with just pure desire. Sending the text because I want to.
Wanting them present, really there, thoughts breathing, phone down. Actual presence.
And that final direct confession, I like you, and I hope you like me too. No games left.
So we've gone from feeling unseen, working on self-worth, to daring to express connection. But what about when connection seems impossible due to circumstances? The book tackles that too.
Yes, the classic right person, wrong time.
We've all heard that one. Or lived it. Meet someone amazing right before they move abroad.
Become best friends with someone already in a relationship. Breakups because one isn't ready or wants to go too fast.
And the story we tell ourselves is always, oh, it would have been perfect. If only.
If we met later or earlier or in some magical future time, like timing is this external thing that fixes everything.
The third wheel in the relationship, the book calls it.
And the book just stops and asks, hold on, why do we let timing dictate so much? Is it really the problem?
And then it drops this really blunt, simple truth.
Yeah, it's pretty bold. People we meet at the wrong time, they're actually just not the right people for us.
Whoa. Okay. Say more about that.
The source really doubles down. It says you will never meet the right person at the wrong time. Because with the right person...
Any time is the right time.
Exactly. Any time works.
Why? What changes?
The reasoning is that when you meet the right person, you actively want to change your plans. Any plans you had for someone else or some other future.
You're willing to let them go, to move forward with this person into uncertainty.
Without looking back, you just know. There's no deep questioning about wanting to be with them.
It just feels right.
Yes. Any adventure you planned before suddenly feels less exciting than the ones you'll have together. Whatever you thought you wanted. This feels better.
Everything feels better with them.
And time itself sort of warps. It disappears.
You don't have to stress about fitting them into your complicated life.
No, they just become part of it. Maybe even the center of it, naturally.
Your happiness together becomes the priority. Everything else seems manageable if that's growing.
And the right people. They don't block your dreams. They don't make you choose.
They actually push you to do better, right? Dream bigger.
Yeah, your best qualities shine. They don't put limits on your time, your potential. They want to face challenges with you.
However long it takes. With your true counterpart, time feels unlimited.
So that reframe is powerful. Thinking about past relationships lost to wrong time.
Maybe it just means you didn't really want to make time for them deep down.
And the book acknowledges there's no magic moment where life just falls perfectly into place and fixes old heartbreaks.
Right. That's not realistic.
But the conclusion is still hopeful. Someday, you will meet someone who makes timing irrelevant.
Because if they're truly the right one,
You will make time, and then any time is the right time.
that's such a shift. From blaming timing to looking at priority and desire. But what about that lingering fear? Maybe you never find that person. The book goes there too, right? The fear of never finding the one.
It does, and it sets up this kind of intense thought experiment, almost unsettling.
What is it?
Imagine looking into a crystal ball, and you see, clearly, absolutely, that romantic true love. It's just not in the cards for you. Ever.
Oof. That person you hoped for, to hold you, care for you, listen,
Yeah.
just won't appear romantically.
Yeah. And the book acknowledges how sad that feels. Most people do want that deep partnership, even if they aren't big on soulmates.
So knowing that with certainty, how would your life actually change? Your habits,
Yeah.
your long-term plans.
And it predicts the first reaction. Nothing would change. I'm independent.
That defensive thing, my plans are my plans.
But the book pushes back. Maybe we don't want to admit how much the hope of love acts as a kind of crutch.
Like holding on to the idea someone will love us despite our flaws.
Yeah.
Maybe stops us from fully working on those flaws ourselves.
Exactly. That two halves make a whole idea. Maybe it keeps us from becoming a better whole person on our own.
And maybe deep down we secretly want someone to rescue us sometimes.
Maybe. So if you knew for sure that rescue wasn't coming romantically, how would you build the rest of your life?
It really forces you to think. Would you throw yourself into your career? Aim higher?
Where would you find joy? Excitement, if not in finding new love.
And what about other relationships? Would they become more vital?
Spending real quality time with family, who the book notes will probably love you most anyway. Caring more deeply for friends who love you unconditionally.
Visiting them more, sharing more.
The text suggests this certainty, while initially feeling like a terrible loss, could actually be the greatest liberation.
Liberation, how so?
Liberation from the fear of being alone. If being alone romantically is a given, suddenly tons of opportunities open up. Move anywhere. Dedicate yourself 100% to a demanding passion or career without compromise. Go back to school without worrying about a partner's finances or location.
So love, even the hope of it, might subtly limit us sometimes.
That's the suggestion. And its definite absence might allow you to as the book says, wallow freely, spread your wings wider than you thought possible.
And this leads to the most powerful conclusion, doesn't it?
Yes, it's huge. If you're not searching for someone else to live with, you are finally free.
To become your own true love.
Whoa.
Becoming your own true love. What does that even mean practically?
The book spells it out. Spending your life actively developing yourself, challenging yourself, indulging yourself in growth.
Honing yourself into someone outstanding, impactful, exceeding even your own ideals for yourself.
Basically, becoming your own soulmate, cultivating all those amazing qualities you are looking for in someone else, but within you.
So the key takeaway, maybe the biggest one from all these pieces.
Stop waiting for someone else to show up and change your life.
Become the person you're waiting for, as if you are your own true love right now.
And the logic is simple, isn't it? You're the only one guaranteed to be there for yourself, through everything.
Every success, every failure, holding your own hand in pain, lifting yourself up when you fall.
Isn't that exactly what we hope for from true love anyway?
We absolutely have to appreciate what we already provide for ourselves.
Yeah. And the irony the book points out.
You're often most attractive when you're not trying to attract anyone.
Exactly. When you're just living your life confidently, freely, not bound by that search. That energy is different, powerful.
It changes your life and maybe even the lives of people around you.
So it leaves you with this really provocative idea. Stop searching for someone to live with you forever.
Become that person for yourself. Cultivate that deep, unwavering relationship with yourself.
And then just let others find you.
Wow. We've definitely covered some deep territory here drawn from this book, starting with that quiet struggle for self-worth when you feel unseen.
Moving through the vulnerability, the complexity of actually daring to express affection honestly.
Then challenging that whole right person, wrong time story we tell ourselves.
And landing on this really potent idea. Facing the fear of being alone by turning inward. Focusing on radical self-acceptance, self-development.
Yeah, the core message that seems woven through all of it is, well, it's the importance of inner resilience, isn't it?
Valuing yourself completely, separate from external validation. Finding fulfillment not just through romance.
But by building that rich inner life, that strong, loving relationship with yourself, maybe above all.
This deep dive, it offered some really different angles on navigating our emotional worlds. Loneliness, longing.
The power of being vulnerable. And the strength you find when you genuinely rely on yourself.
It really did.
And it leaves us, and you listening, with that final, really compelling question from the source. What does it truly mean for you right now to become the one for yourself?
And how might putting your energy there actually change your path, your life, your interactions with everyone?
Definitely something to think about.